Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy James Harris. Today we're gonna talk about holiday blues. Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy James Harris, founder of a movement called Mental Health, which focuses on men's overall wellness, their mental health, physical health, and of course, their emotional health. And I'm also the author of a book called Man Just Express Yourself, which is the interactive plan and guide for boys and men to better express themselves. Definitely appreciate everybody who went out, got this tool. My parents who got it for their young sons, and partners who got it for their significant other doing these exercises over date nights. I definitely appreciate that. And salute to all my fellow clinicians who got this as a tool in their office or using the interventions or just got it in their lobbies. I definitely appreciate you. Continue to support. If you do want to support, make sure you go to my website, www.mentoheal.com, or you can get that on Amazon, Barnes& and Nobles, Target, Walmart, pretty much anywhere books are sold. And I'm also the founder of a board game. Yes, board game, Cheesy Dates. Make sure you go ahead to my website and get that as well. It's a good game for your adult game nights, your couples nights. Very interactive. I definitely appreciate everybody who supported thus far. So if you're new here, continue to stay here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And for my older people who've been here for a while, I definitely appreciate you on this journey. Yes, we're monetized. I definitely don't take it lightly. Continue to show your support. Make sure you also continue to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate all the love and support. So let's talk about these holiday blues. We got a lot of family in town, a lot of friends in town. So people are probably, I don't want to confuse this with a video that I did last year, which you should check out on seasonal affective disorder. So holiday blues, I'm talking about, just trying to not let people ruin your holiday or just ruin your atmosphere that you're around. So the holidays are meant to be a special time. You got family and friends coming to town. But during these times, the last couple of years, there's been a global pandemic. We had so many catastrophic weather events. All of those things comprise on, you being happy to see your family and friends. But who knows? It could be a little bit different. Many people find holidays stressful and exhausting. And like I said, seasonal affective depressive disorder as well, even if it wasn't a global pandemic going on. So make sure you're doing things to keep your spirit up. The holiday blues, it can strike people who experience like feeling joy, also have like four different expectations during the holiday time. Some of the common triggers, of course, of holiday blues is stressed about family gatherings, whether you're gonna do it on Zoom or whether you're gonna do it in person, but safely. So those things can develop into different arguments. Even now, the political atmosphere, if you are with your family and friends, people probably want to talk about tough topics that you might not want to engage in, so just do what's best for you in those moments. Some people even going to be stressed about overspending or not spending enough, whether you're doing Secret Santa. Especially for the people who already have those financial difficulties throughout the year. You're talking about trying to make an impression on your family, your friends, probably your kids, or even your coworkers in the office, as far as a budget and how much you want to spend to ensure that you're doing your part and to show your gratitude, I guess. And I know in many families, you got that aunt and uncle who always has something to say, whether it's positive or negative. So, those can create additional issues as far as your stress levels. And don't forget, again, check out that video on SAD, seasonal affective disorder, that I did maybe a year or two ago now, but it's still relevant because, of course, every year is a season. So definitely check that out. That's on my YouTube. It's seasonal affective disorder, and it's more in depth on ways that you can, counter being sad around the holidays and showing you those signs and symptoms of depression. So when we talk about holiday blues, though, it's like the feeling of stress, anxiety, sadness that surround us pretty much during the holiday time, but of course leading up to the holiday time and then that post-holiday time as well. The reason that the holiday blues vary to different people, of course, we got different resiliency levels. We all got different expectations of what the holidays are. Some of these things can definitely be like temporary. You might not feel it as soon as the holiday's over, or as soon as your family and friends get in town, you probably like, oh man, I'm good. So for you, that can be an intervention, unless it's leading up, or if you already have like a mental health issue or mental illness, those things can go hand in hand. You can become even more depressed at that point because you're, overwhelmed, you're hypervigilant, you're overstimulated that the holidays are coming or are here, so just be cognizant of that. Some of the common symptoms of holiday blues, of course, is the situational sadness. Like I said, your family and friends come and you want to make this impression, or you don't have the finances to assist them like you want to, or you got to work and everybody else is at home having fun. All of those things can be situational sadness. People oftentimes also experience trouble concentrating, so that can be a sign and symptom. People begin to get irritable or anxious or even fatigued, of course, stress. So those things also you can find in regular depression, the loss of interest and pleasure, the appetite change, the sleep change. So all of those things, of course, varies as well. But that irritability and fatigue piece is often, missed in most cases, or overlooked, or passed on to something else. And a lot of people also, again, feel overwhelmed and feel stressed, not experiencing happiness during this time of year when everybody else is, happy, jolly, and joyful, decorations. You got the light beaming, you got the weather changing. So figure out what's joyful for you. And so a lot of reasons people experience holiday blues, of course, is they set those unrealistic expectations, or just things that they probably can't attain within that certain amount of time that's approaching. Many individuals have, that perfectionism trait that they want to continue to modify themselves out there, have very high expectations. Again, whether that's for your family and friends you're trying to impress, or just for that internal goals that you want to accomplish. And at times, of course, you can do all that you can, but you might fall short. So that can contribute to holiday blues. Another one, memories of loved ones. Of course, the last couple of years has been traumatic due to the COVID situation, but of course, loss and grief is a part of life. So a lot of people around this time get sad because they wish that loved one was still here, or they wish, that they could have had more time with their loved one, of course, during this time. Focusing on grief and loss from their loved ones who are no longer present or can celebrate, those are triggers for some people, especially during the holidays. Your aunt may have made your favorite pie, or, their uncle, was your favorite memory stemming from when you were a child up until your adulthood. And then, of course, you got the isolation and loneliness. Those people may experience holiday blues due to isolation, due to loneliness, wanting to be by themselves, not really interacting with the family because they feel like they're black sheep or they're outcasts. That can contribute to holiday blues. And a lot of people feel overwhelmed and stressed. That in itself, again, I gave you tons of reasons why, but even if we keep our expectations in check, there still may be a to-do list that you probably overlooked, or probably want to pace yourself around, so you wouldn't be as overworked or stressed. One of the major things that contribute to holiday blues is those financial difficulties, overextending yourself, having those expectations of what's fiscally responsible to afford a gift, So for me personally, like, I don't buy nobody gifts. I do a lot of charity. I do a lot of non-perishable things, like, or some things for the community or for the people who actually in need. But the people who are close to me throughout the year, they get, what they need. So, and they understand that. They let me be me. And I've been like that since I was definitely, adolescent in my youth. I was more focused on helping people in need opposed to the people who already got something. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you how you want to do that. But don't let the financial difficulties assist with the burden of the holiday blues. Of course, now I'm going to offer you some tips on the coach with the holiday blues, because I definitely want you to be ensure that you're able to take care of yourself if this do arise for you. Of course, you can check out all the previous videos on my website, such as the grief and loss one, such as the sad seasonal affective disorder one, and a couple more in there that'll probably assist you in getting your spirits back up. It's a resiliency video in there. So just scroll and make sure that you are connecting with a video that works for you, or do your own research and find out some tips that'll work for you. But For the people out there though who do want these tips, make sure you look for ways to reduce your emotions, like those harmful emotions, I should say, like sharing your emotion with other people. You definitely want to do that. You know, talk to a therapist or do some mindfulness stuff. Write in your journal, like, hey, this is approaching. This is how I'm gonna react. So just pretty much a rehearsal, like you can plan it out how you want to engage if this situation arises, you know, so that's beneficial for you. Do things to release those endorphins. Get yourself excited, you know, set reasonable expectations is like a big one. Challenge yourself to avoid like those must-haves or those should-have traps. um, you know, because the holidays aren't going to be a perfect sighting. You know, it's supposed to be joyful, it's supposed to be happy, but of course, life happens. You know, take care of yourself. Maintain healthy habits, include eating, sleeping, exercising, relaxing with family and friends. Don't fall for those arguments or the people who are cantankerous in your family. And it's okay to not only set your boundaries, but enforce your boundaries if you don't want to do something with those family members or those friends that are in town. Don't feel obligated to overextend yourself. You know, I think people often do that because, oh man, this is my first time seeing you all year. Let me go out my way. And now you're putting yourself in a situation to where you're overstimulated and you're causing yourself more stress. And also, another way that you can benefit from coping is acknowledging the grief. So if you did have that grandma or that aunt or cousin or, you know, coworker or teammate or whoever who was lost during this time and you're thinking about them, it's okay to grieve. It's okay to acknowledge the loss, you know, of that loved one. Loss is a traditional thing. It happens, unfortunately. So, you know, the time and the memories and all those things definitely will hold you, but definitely ensure that you're processing it as well as acknowledging it so you can begin to move forward. And of course, it's a grief video on my page where I talk about the different stages, the 5 stages of grief. So you might can benefit from that. So don't feel like that you got to rush and be over their loss. No, you can feel your feelings. You can definitely ensure that you are grieving properly. Focus on the positive, you know, whether that's doing your affirmations in the morning before your friends and family get here, whether that's doing it at night because they're already here. But definitely you want to affirm yourself, you want to esteem yourself, you want to stay as positive as you can. And this could definitely give you the attention that you need to have those thoughts, and you can start reframing the issues that are potentially going to arise, whether that is with your family, friends, or your coworkers. Yo, so hit me up, man. That was on holiday grief. Let me know how you feel about it. Holiday blues. I'm sorry. So let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you experience holiday blues, how you dealing with it, because your tips might be able to help somebody else. Make sure you check me out, www.mentoheal.com, www.mentoheal.com. I definitely appreciate you. Holiday season, stocking stuffers. Make sure you go out and get that book. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Walmart, and of course, get that board game too. It's benefiting for couples, adults, pretty much anybody. So I definitely appreciate everybody who continue to rock with me. Thank you.